Well, this one probably feels pretty good, but can you walk us through that goal you had and what you saw?
Yeah, I think Power didn't really do a great job, but found a way to get one at the end. A lot of good loose puck recoveries from Hayton, Schmaltzy down there, and when Kells is kind of low, it kind of compacts them, so I was able to get the shot off.
The way you guys obviously progressed over this game, the last couple minutes in protecting that lead, what was most important about those conversations, how you guys played, what'd you see?
Yeah, I think we're getting a little bit better at those situations every game. I don't think we played our best game today, but we found a way to win, and we managed the puck pretty well at the end of the game.
Do you take more away from games where you don't feel like you have your best game, but you're able to find a way to win?
Yeah, I think so. At this time of year, the points are huge, so don't really ask how, but I think there's opportunity to learn from every match.
How confident is that first power play unit that you guys are going to score when you're put on the ice in a situation like you were in the third?
Yeah, pretty confident. I think we do a pretty good job of shaking off the ones before and just getting ready for the next one. Even sometimes we're not really set up, but we find a way to get good opportunities, so that was a big goal.
Saw you kind of calling for it. How are you communicating on the power play, just letting them know you're open on that left side?
Yeah, I think when they were I saw they were low, so I wanted Kells to go up to Sergey, and then he gave it over to me, so just good recognition. I feel like we've got pretty good chemistry as we continue to play together.
Your goal gave Sergachev his 300th career point. What has he meant to this team?
Huge. I mean, really nice save by him there in the second. I think just a big leader for us off the ice. I mean, when he talks, everybody's listening. So, he's the backbone of our team, and it's great to have him.
Points on this homestand. This one probably feels a little sweeter today after especially that performance.
Yeah, 100%. Definitely a huge win, huge homestand. Obviously, it would have been really nice to get all four, but the way we were able to fight back in that Toronto game and get a point is huge for us. And same thing tonight. I mean, it was a grind. They were playing tight. They're a dangerous team, and it was obviously a fight to the end there. But Veggie was kicking. The guys were doing a good job in front of him. And, yeah,
how'd you see the game escalate, I guess, in the way you guys wanted it to in terms of controlling the game?
Yeah, I think we were just playing with more pace and a bit more direct, probably in the second half of the game. I'm trying to really think, break it down for you all. But yeah, I think that was kind of the main thing. We were able to roll over. Obviously, it was a tough back-to-back for them, so we wanted to be on them, play fast, not give them any space. And especially, they're a pretty good transition team. They're dangerous. They got a lot of skilled guys. So trying to kill that and use that in our advantage. And second half of the game, I think we did a good job.
How do you feel like you guys carried over the pace from the first? You came out really strong and kind of held it together, whereas in Toronto it was a little bit of a different story.
Yeah, I think even a couple games before Toronto, Chicago game, Detroit game as well, even that Jersey game on our last homestand, I think our starts were a little too slow. Obviously, I think all those games we showed great resilience to fight back, but in these tight games, you don't always have the opportunity to get back in games. So it's definitely a big key tonight, kind of having a good start and playing with pace early and trying to get a lead.
What is the key to having a good start?
If there was an answer, that'd be real nice. But I think it all starts with kind of the preparation. I think all the guys in here are professionals and take their preparation really serious. And I think it's kind of just a mental thing, kind of knowing you need to start with pace and play direct. I think, especially early on in games, as you're getting into the game, you don't want to play too fancy or too risky. You want to kind of get into the game, get on them, and kind of allow that flow to build before you kind of make those plays that might be a little more high risk.
Is that more difficult to do with an 8 o'clock, 8:20 start?
Yeah, I mean, they're both late games, but at the same time, I think no matter what time we're playing, all the guys are ready for it, whether it's had a 12:30 game earlier on, 8 o'clock Monday, whatever it was tonight, 8:22 or something like that. You got to be ready for it all, and obviously the team on the other side is dealing with the same thing, so we're kind of both in it.
When Gudas hit Guenther there, it kind of looked like you were about to go him, and then saw that it was Radko Gudas. Did you ever think about going with him, or was that just just pushing and shoving?
No, I think obviously Gunner's a big talent for us, a big part of our team, and when he takes a hit, he was all right. It wasn't something that he was injured or anything, but I think each guy in this room is going to stand up and kind of let a guy know like that who he didn't take too big of a run. I don't think Gunn really saw him, so just kind of let him know that that we're here and we're not going to let them kind of run around. I think that's the biggest thing. I think that's something our group's done a really good job this year, and definitely going to keep that way.
What are the conversations on the bench in the third after Guenther scores, knowing you have to protect the 1-goal lead?
I think it's kind of just keeping poise in our game. Obviously, I think probably in the last couple of weeks we've done a pretty good job with that. Once we've gotten a lead, not sitting back. I think that's something that can kill you when you're in these games. If you sit back and let them come and play with pace on you, it's just kind of not a good game plan. So I think we've done a good job kind of playing with poise, making plays still, obviously playing smart, being above, but still playing with pace.
How do you properly prepare for the Seattle game ahead of such like a important game with the Canucks?
Yeah, I mean the Seattle game's a huge game too. I think at this point every game's so huge. We just kind of focused on one at a time. I think today we're focused on this game. Tomorrow get a little rest, and I don't even know what day it is, but we'll be getting ready for Seattle.
Thanks, Hayton.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think we stuck with it. What I take from that game is really the way we play into the third, and when we're protecting the lead, and the sacrifice our guys did, and the way they were engaged, and the discipline and resilience we had. That was great to see.
Guenther gets his 8th game-winning goal of the year. How much confidence do you have when he gets in those situations?
A lot of confidence, but I think he's today. If you talk about today, yeah, he had a rough start and then he was elite. I think from middle of the first to the end of the game. Okay, I know he scored a goal and it's pretty important, especially that one. But what he did on the ice is, I'm more happy about the shot he blocked when the game was on the line than his goal. You know, in a sense of that's a choice you make. You know, and it's scoring goal. It's a pretty easy choice when you have an opportunity. But when you decide to put your body on the line and sacrifice yourself for the team, and do that for your brother, and I think that's huge.
Sergachev kind of did that in the second period. That goal he stopped on the goal line. Just what does his desperation and determination mean for this group?
Defensively, he has a read. It's great, and I think he bunts back after his 2 penalty as well. He's great pass on Gunner's goal and stuff like that. So, elite player make elite play at key moment.
You use the word brother there, as have a lot of your players. How have you seen this kind of family mindset as the year has progressed?
I think it's a strength of our organization, and for a few years now, the togetherness, the brotherhood we have, it's special. I think the guys care so much about each other. Sometimes when you care about someone, you try to do too much, and it's the wrong thing. But I think in general, our team is really close, and they love each other, and they fight for each other. They're together and everything.
Going back to that Sergachev save, Carell was out of the net, and he really needed Sergachev to step up for him. How much trust do they have in each other for Veggie to be backed up by Sergachev?
We have so much trust. We give a few breakaway here and there. No, but seriously, I think that's the connection you can have as a team. I think you need your defenseman to protect your goalie or your forwards, and you need your goalie to pick up the garbage when someone make a mistake or whatever. The goalie, that's why it's a dirty job sometimes, because you get the criticism when you make one mistake, but probably there's a few mistakes before the puck came to you. So I think that's why we're lucky to have a good player at every position.
Speaking of Veggie, he's been rock solid this past months, really. Given the current goaltender situation, how do you plan to manage his time looking into this next month?
That's a good question, but we will do really a game at a time. There's a reality of the standing in the race we are in right now. For us, it's playoff time. So if it was playoff time and you will ask me how you plan to manage his ice time, the answer will be pretty easy. So that's the way we see it. Having that said, history with Veggie says we need to make sure we manage the workload. So what we do, to answer your question, we manage a lot practice time, and you need to practice to keep a skill at the high level, but you can have shorter practice. We have a E-Bug who can do half of the practice or not taking shot after the morning skate, those kind of things to make sure we keep the workload lower. So it's not as much as number of time he will go on the ice. It's more the length when we talk about practice, like morning skate. Not today, but 2 days ago. I don't know which day it was, but 2 days ago, before the last game, he just took warm up before the morning skate. A few shots with the goalie coach, with Schwabi, get warm, and he went out right away. He did not stay for the morning skate. Those kind of things will be the way we try to manage his load as much as possible, and we'll see what need be done down the road.
It seemed like you guys were controlling Anaheim pretty well, and they stepped up the physicality a little bit, which led to some penalties. How do you get your team to balance standing up for each other but not taking that retaliation?
I think we did unbelievable, because when Gunnar got hit in the past, that team will have been pretty high in emotion, and I salute the discipline and the control of Boehner, Crosser, Obi. Obi, the very next shift, was again the guy, and he stayed in control. You know, as much as you want to stand up for your teammate and you want to protect your teammate, and it will always be, but we need to do it right, especially at this time of the year, because as much as we like the rodeo, we need to get the 2 points.
A group of fans set up an event tonight to write letters to Connor Ingram. I don't know if you heard about that, but they want them to get to him. What does that support from the fan base in the first year of a team mean to you, and presumably to Ingram?
That's unreal. That's another reason why we're so proud to play in front of those fans. I think that's cannot be more grateful for that. I think that's unbelievable. I didn't know that, but kudos to them. That's unreal.
Is there a message the team gave to Connor Ingram before he went out?
No, because he went out on the day off, kind of, we were not around him, and I think I'm sure all the guys reach out on one way or the other. But at the same time, you want to respect the guy. It's for me, it's the same. I'm not calling Higgy. I don't want him to feel pressure. I want him to take care of himself. He took a big step. We need courage to take care of himself. Good on him, and we're supporting him big time.